before surgeons could see cancer cells, before neuroscientists could trace Alzheimer's in the living brain, before modern biology could illuminate the invisible, there was a man standing alone on a dark pier, holding a bucket of glowing jellyfish, searching for something no one believed existed. His discovery would transform medicine, but history almost erased his name. Osamu Shimomura was 16 when the sky over Nagasaki burned white. He was not supposed to survive. Doctors told him the burns on his skin were an anomaly. They didn't know how to treat him. He grew up in a world where light meant destruction. He would spend his life searching for another kind of light. Shimomura did not come from a wealthy family. He had no connections, no prestigious university behind him. In 1950s Japan, research was a luxury few could afford, and certainly not a student who barely survived the war. Yet he had one thing, an obsession with natural light. He heard strange rumors from fishermen. Some jellyfish glow when you shake them. Most scientists dismissed it as superstition. Shimomura didn't. He traveled to the coast of Shimoda, collecting hundreds of Equaria victoria jellyfish alone, often in the middle of the night, dragging heavy nets for miles. He wasn't looking for fame. He wasn't looking for a career. He was looking for why something so delicate could shine in the darkness. In 1962, Shimomura isolated a mysterious glowing protein. It wasn't blue, like the jellyfish. It wasn't visible to the naked eye. It was something new, a protein that glowed green when exposed to light. He named it GFP, green fluorescent protein. No one understood its significance, not yet. GFP spread quietly across laboratories around the world. Doctors used it to watch cancer grow. Neuroscientists used it to map the brain. Geneticists used it to trace life itself inside a living organism. GFP became the foundation of modern molecular biology. But Shimomura? He wasn't invited to the early celebrations. His name vanished behind louder voices, bigger institutions, and researchers who built on his work, but rarely cited it. He watched others receive funding, attention, and recognition for the protein he had pulled from a jellyfish by hand. In 2008, the Nobel Prize in Chemistry was awarded for GFP. Yes, his name was included. But the story was not simple. Shimomura received 1/3 of the prize. The other 2/3 went to scientists who adapted GFP decades later, not the man who discovered it, purified it, and proved it existed when no one believed him. To many historians, it felt like recognition given reluctantly, almost as an afterthought. When asked how he felt, Shimomura simply said, "I did the work because it was beautiful." Because Shimomura was quiet. Because he did not seek fame. Because he worked outside the centers of power. Because history favors those who speak the loudest, not those who illuminate the world from the shadows. His story asks a painful question. How many breakthroughs in medicine, how many discoveries that save lives, were made by people we'd never learned to thank? Osamu Shimomura survived a flash of destruction and spent his life revealing a gentler kind of light. Today, every glowing cell in every laboratory is a whisper of his work. But the world rarely speaks his name, so the question is not, what did he discover? The question is, why do we remember the light, but forget the man who found it?